Moonbeam's messages. This is your bonus read. Congratulations for being my most viewed video. It is greatly appreciated, all the support that you give and all of the times that you may watch the video, especially if you watch it more than once. Greatly appreciated. So this is going to be past, present and future. Let's get into this for you. Spirit, can we get some cards for past, present and future for Taurus? Just chucking them at me. Okie dokie. Interestingly, we have a judgment on the bottom of the deck. So it could symbolize that you are very much going through something where you're making your mind upon something. But I don't tend to take the energies on the bottom from a past, present, and future. So in the distant past, we had a tower moment, potentially some big, well, not just potentially, but there was some big change that came in for you. What that change is, it could have been, I mean, it's in the upright, so it was a pretty abrupt change. Now, that could have been a change of mindset. It could have been an ending to something like a relationship, a job. Maybe you moved somewhere, like maybe if you're renting, maybe your landlord wanted to sell the property and, things changed unexpectedly, potentially here in the past, and it caused some significant upheaval. Let's get some clarity of this Tower card, and I've picked the tiniest cards in the deck to oh, the tiniest cards I own, I should say. Okay, so got the Strength in the reverse. So it made you feel very vulnerable, whatever this Tower moment was. I've got a Devil, so potentially something to do with some toxicity, something that you were bound to here. That's a Six of Pentacles as well. So it may very well have been something to do with giving. I feel like there might have been an issue with give and take here. I've also got a Queen of Wands in the reverse, so a lack of confidence. Now, to me, it feels like you may have been in a particular situation in the past where you were giving a lot to a certain situation, whether that is a relationship, whether it is work, family, and it feels like you were being taken for granted. And you potentially were very vulnerable as well at the time and lacking confidence. And it feels like you were very eager to please. So a little bit codependent, a little bit needy potentially. And it feels like that's very much what your Tower moment was about you coming to terms with the fact that you're overgiving, that it isn't healthy. In the recent past, we have a Knight of Wands. So it feels to me like you've been doing a lot of traveling. You may have had a lot of energy as well here. Potentially just moving forward as quickly as you can with things, going from pillar to post to the Knight of Wands. It's very changeable. They change their mind a lot. It feels like you might have been doing a bit of exploring, maybe trying to find things that you really like. You might have been finding different passions and then getting bored of them a little bit quick, and then finding something else to go and do, and then possibly getting bored of it a bit quick as well. Maybe you are moving around a lot. Literally, if you potentially, like I say, if it was a homeless situation, for instance, maybe you've been doing a lot of moving, physical moving with that Knight of Wands there. To clarify, I've got a Nine of Swords. So whatever it is, you've been thinking about it quite a lot. It's been causing you a lot of stress and anxiety, sleepless nights. I've got a Four of Cups here. It's that you feel like you may have missed an opportunity somewhere, possibly doing a bit of daydreaming on what else is out there. Yeah, I've got a Chariot again. So definitely doing some moving here, whether it is just moving yourself mentally and physically, combining that head and that heart moving forwards. But I feel like it's more about physical movement. Maybe you've been moving jobs, maybe you've been in and out of relationships, possibly moving in and out of relationships, literally into the houses and out of them. Because it feels like you just get bored really easy, like you're not really happy. And with that Nine of Swords there, I feel like you're getting a lot of stress and anxiety because you've not yet found what you want. I do have a Four of Wands here as well, suggesting that you don't feel like anything's very successful. You don't feel like you're getting the successful, how do I put it? You're not getting the stability you want. You're fed up of possible partying. You don't feel like things are much of a success at the minute. You're finding your way, you're exploring, you're trying to find what you want, but you've not found it. Now, in your present position, you may be holding still a little bit. We've got this Page of Swords here. And that Page of Swords is doing some learning. So I feel like it's very much you might be learning things about yourself. Maybe you're learning about other people. It is learning to find out information. Now, it could very well be that there's somebody that is waiting to come towards you with a bit of a message. It could even be that you're finding out a message. Now, if it is that you're finding out a message, it could be something very blunt, but it's something that you need to hear. And it's some sort of truth as well. When it does come, it's going to come in haste. So it's like somebody just spitting something out at you, not meaning to, but can't keep the tongue. Can't hold the tongue, can't really keep it in anymore, or it just happens to blurt out. Let's get some clarity on that Page of Swords. So we've got a Three of Swords, so we've got some heartbreak here. There's something going on in the present where you've had your heart broken potentially. Now, it could be that your heart's been broken about a number of things. I've also got a Magician. And we've got an Ace of Swords. And we've got a Two of Wands. So I feel like you're trying to manifest a new beginning. You've potentially gone through a big heartbreak. Now, that could have happened some time ago with this overgiving down here. And you've just not really found your place. You've not found what it is you're looking for. I feel like you are, at this point in time, learning some inner truths about what you actually want. You may be looking at past heartbreaks and trying to heal from them. You're very much trying to gain the confidence to go towards what you want with that Magician there, trying to manifest it, trying to get it to materialize. The Ace of Swords is telling me that you are very much looking at inner truths. And it could even be that somebody is trying to give you some messages as well. You might be cutting people out that have broken your heart. It could even be that somebody you've broken someone else's heart to might be coming forward with some messages to you, and some truths that you're going to be learning from. I feel like it's more you going on a bit of an inner journey, though, finding things that finding out what actually is it that you want, what do you strive for, because this Two of Wands is telling me that you're trying to be patient with yourself. You're now trying to wait for things to come to you. You know that there's something out there for you, and you're now very much waiting for that to come into you. In the near future, I have a Five of Pentacles. So you might feel like in the near future, you may be lacking a bit of finance. It could just be that you might be feeling a little bit alone, like there's nobody around you. Let's get some clarity on this Five of Pentacles. So I've got the Sun card in the reverse. So definitely feeling a little bit of a lack there. The Sun's not being happy, but knowing that better times are going to come. So very much you're not particularly happy. I mean, it could even be that you feel like you've been abandoned. And you might not be in a good place. You're not having much fun, let's put it that way, in the near future. Now, I do have an Emperor here. Now, this could be somebody that you turn to help from. Because usually with that Five of Pentacles, when you're coming out of it, you turn to somebody's help when it goes in the reverse. This could be either somebody that you feel has abandoned you, this Emperor. It could be somebody that you turn to help or turn to get help from. It could be somebody that you meet. The Emperor is somebody that is happy to take control. They're good leaders. They have got all the crap together. They are very much calm, collected, controlled, and in charge. And it feels to me like I mean, it might even be you going into your masculine energy, trying to take control of everything. You're taking charge of your life. I do have a Two of Cups. So it could just very well be that you might be meeting somebody. This is a happy partnership of some form. It could just be that you're now making the choice to go for something that is going to make you happy. That could even be what you know is going to make you happy in the long run. That sun in the reverse, then following it into the Two of Cups. You're going to be happy at some point in future. And it could just be that you're trying to gain control of things that are going on within yourself, within your life, especially if you're feeling a lack of something. You might just be trying to gain control over your finances, trying to boss up a little bit so that you can meet somebody that's going to be your equal, that you can be happy with then and not feel like they're having to give to you too much or you're not having to give to them too much. Now, in the outcome, I have a Three of Pentacles. Not in the outcome, in your distant future, I have Three of Pentacles and I have a King of Swords in the reverse. Now, the King of Swords in the reverse is somebody who's not particularly nice. Maybe doing a bit of lying, can be quite spiteful, a bit of a dictator, and sometimes isn't very good at communicating as well. Now, that could be somebody you work with, that could be a partner potentially, or an ex-partner maybe, that you're not in communication with. And then this Three of Pentacles suggests that you're going to be working with someone. Now, it could be that maybe you are going to be working close, it might, how do I put it? You might be getting a job where you're meeting somebody that you're going to be working with very closely. This could be that you're meeting somebody at work. It could just be that you're putting a lot of time and effort and energy into some sort of work with other people. It could be a counselor potentially, could be a friend, a family member. And it could be that you've got this King of Swords here. This could very well be you lying to yourself about something. You could be lying to yourself about potentially, if you put a lot of energy and effort into something, it's going to work out. It could very well be you lying to yourself about things being, I'm not going to say equal, but maybe you're telling yourself you're not good enough. You might have a bit of a lack of confidence here with that King of Swords. Now, the Three of Pentacles does suggest potentially working with more than one person as well. Now, to clarify, I've got an Ace of Cups, I've got a Five of Wands, and I've got a Hermit card. Now, this Ace of Cups is telling me that there's some new emotionally fulfilling opportunity coming through in the near future. Now, I've a feeling that you're going to be meeting somebody at work, and this could be very much where this comes in. And it could just be that if you get in a new job or getting a promotion, maybe you're working in a team, and it's just going to make you really happy. Maybe it's a new project, something along those lines. The Five of Wands is suggesting to me that there may have been conflict in the past. That could be who this knight, this King of Swords is. Maybe you've been in a bit of conflict with them, but actually you're turning your back on them. You don't feel the need to communicate with them very much. You are very much realizing that you're better than that, and you just don't want the conflict. So it feels to me like you're withdrawing. You might be lacking you might be withdrawing your communication from them. You might have to work with them, but you're going to be doing as minimal as you possibly can with regards to communicating and talking to them, minimum interactions. And I have the Hermit here as well. So again, just kind of symbolizing that there might be a little bit of some solo journey going on, possibly that you're going to be learning a few things here with that Hermit. Now, it could even be that you're going to be working with a Virgo potentially, because the Hermit is a Virgo card there. I do feel like it is you trying to work to gain some sort of stability. Potentially, you're still doing some inner learning here, working out what it is you truly want. Is it something where you want this? You might even be finding red flags, because if it's the King of Wands in the reverse that's coming towards you with a potential romantic opportunity, it could very well be you just realizing that actually they're not really any good for me. You've done a long journey, an inner journey, to find this out. And it could be you spotting red flags there. It could be very much a bit of a test here to see whether or not you've learned something, whether or not you can move forward from a repeat cycle. Now, let's get you some moonology to see if we've got any timelines on when the bits of the future could potentially happen. We've got a lot of them. So we have time to give rather than to take, new moon in Virgo. So we've got that coming up in August. We have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. So November there. Well, is it November or December? I'm not sure when that one is in Sagittarius. Nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon. I'm not sure when that is. And then we have a personal issue reaches a resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So it could be any of those times. It might not be. They're just indicators for possibilities. I hope you enjoyed your bonus read today, Taurus. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, if you press that subscription button and press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. Thank you to all of you that have subscribed already. Your support is greatly appreciated. It helps the channel grow and helps pass those messages on. So thank you very much. Good luck and thank you.